But today we're going to be making yogurt, and I've got two stainless steel cook pans or cook pots. One maybe a third of the way filled with water, and that's going to be serving as a double boiler. I've got a candy thermometer in this one, and I've got 4 quarts of good organic milk, and I'm going to be adding a pint of heavy cream, just because I like the richness that adds to the yogurt. So I'm just going to be adding that into this pot, and then putting that pot in on this one, and then watching the temperature. Once you've got your milk in your double boiler, you just want to watch your temperature. You want to bring that up to about 185 degrees, and if you can hold it there for 10 or 15 minutes, that would be great. The water level in your primary pot should be at about the same level of the milk. That's going to give you a more efficient double boiler. So that may take a while to bring that up to 185 degrees, probably 15 or 20 minutes, and I just stir it occasionally, keep it from anything from sticking to the bottom. And then the next step after that is going to be chilling. So I've got a pot with ice, and I'm going to fill that up with water, and that's going to help me to bring the temperature back down. And then I've also set up the incubation on a hot pad, and this is a hot pad that won't shut off. So some of the newer, more expensive hot pads, they'll shut off after about a half an hour, and this one here is a cheaper version, but you definitely want one that's not going to shut off, so that you can run it, because it's got to run about 6 or 7 hours to keep the yogurt at about 110 to 115 degrees is ideal. And I'll put blankets on top of that just to keep it warm. And so I've got everything staged and ready to go, and I'll just walk you through the steps as I make it. So I brought the temperature up to 185, and I'll hold it there for probably 10 or 15 minutes anyway, stirring occasionally. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it into the chiller container and bring the temperature down to about 120, maybe close to 115. And once temperature reaches about 115, then I'm going to pitch my old yogurt, which is right there in the little dish. I want to pitch that, and that's got live cultures in it. That's from my last batch of yogurt, and I'm going to pitch that once the temperature is chilled down to about 115 degrees. Certainly no more than, I would say no more than 115 and no less than 110. So you want to watch the temperature as you're chilling this. You want to watch the temperature there pretty closely. Here's the pot in the chiller. I'm adding cold water to the back and just letting it run out the front here. But this, by stirring this in this chiller, I can bring it down to 120 degrees in probably less than 5 minutes. Bring it down to 120, and then I'll put it back up here on the countertop and just let it chill the last 5 degrees at a slower temperature. I don't want to get it down below 115, which is about where I'm going to pitch my old yogurt into that with the live cultures. I've got the temperature down now to about 115, and I'm going to be pitching the live cultures, and I've just added a little bit of the new milk, the hot milk, to the old yogurt so it runs a little bit easier. I just spread this around and then stir it really well and make sure that it gets mixed well, and keep the temperature at about 115. So you want it out of the chiller at this point, and just stir it real well. And then I'm going to pour it into the quart containers, and then they go right on that incubating heating pad. this point I've filled all my quart containers. I have them on the heating pad, and I just put a nice tight cover on them, and then I'm gonna put these blankets over top to keep the heat up. And I want the heat in this incubation to be about 115 degrees, and I'm going to hold it there for about 6 or 7 hours. So we'll come back in a little while. So now we're coming back to the incubated containers. Temperature is at about 115, which is perfect. Was held there for almost 8 hours actually. It's very forgiving, and you can see it has set up nicely. Still a little jiggle to it, but at this point you can put it in the refrigerator and it'll set up even further, or you can run it through some cheesecloth and make a Greek style yogurt. So I've got 4 quarts here. If you took 2 of these quarts and ran them through cheesecloth, you would get, the whey would separate, and what would be left would be the Greek style yogurt, and you'll get about 50% reduction in volume. So if you put 2 quarts through cheesecloth, you'll get 1 quart of Greek style yogurt. So I hope this has encouraged you to try making yogurt yourself, and I hope you check out our other videos. Thanks.